Good afternoon. My name is Heidi Dixon. I'm a chaplain for Lumen Health, and our mission is to light the way and make the most of what is. And we are here at the Green on Century Square on University Drive in College Station. And we're shooting from here today because we're going to be here a week from today at 7 p.m. to honor our loved ones as we enter into the Christmas season. And we are giving these to anybody who wants one to write your loved one's name on. We have a black Sharpie works for the lighter ones, and a silver Sharpie or white works on the dark ones. And we're going to be here at 7 o'clock next Friday for our first annual lighting of the trees. And we're going to have a period where we're going to sing. We're going to have a brief talk and a prayer, and give everybody the opportunity to say your loved one's name out loud to be recognized by whomever attends, and that we could honor them with you. So please join us next Friday at 7 o'clock for our ornament dedication and lighting of the trees, and a time to be together. As we've been preparing for this event, one of the things that kind of keeps coming up is this is kind of a hard thing to prepare for. We're honoring loved ones, which brings sadness. We're also entering into the holiday season, and that brings joy, and we're lighting trees, and that brings joy. And how do we do all of this together? And really, that's just life. We have the good with the bad, and it's all together. And I read somewhere once that, maybe if life could be summed up in only 2 words, mixed blessings would be as good of a description maybe as you could come by. And so that's the title of our post today, Mixed Blessings. And mixed blessing is the good with the bad, the advantages and the disadvantages all together, where that big gray, where it's neither just one or the other, but it's all at the same time. And this brings to mind, rainbows after storms. And when you look through old photos and you remember a time as being sad, but you see a picture and you're smiling, or you remember a time as being happy, but then you see yourself and you don't look so happy, and you go, maybe it's not as clear cut as I remember it. And maybe it doesn't need to be. I just had a conversation with my mother-in-law this week, and she was reflecting on when her mother passed away after she had a car accident, after a cardiac event, and it was a really sad time. There wasn't any seeing it coming. And she said what got her through her funeral that day was being able to look over at her casket and laugh, because she remembered when her mom was so excited to show everyone the casket she picked out. And they went to the funeral home and it was locked, and everyone was relieved because no one really wanted to go in there and see it in the first place. And then someone opened the door, and so then they're like, oh good, we get to go in. And just the day filled with laughter around seeing that casket for the first time. And that's a mixed blessing. It's like when people with Alzheimer's become a sweeter and more lovable person than they've ever been in the rest of their life. No one wants Alzheimer's. It's not easy to find good in that. But when you can, when they're sweeter, you get to spend time with them because they were too busy before, or whatever. We can call that a mixed blessing. My mom, I've shared with you before, my mom was in an accident that claimed her mobility when she was 43. And she calls this accident really a tool of her salvation as she sees it. She feels like she was on a path that she didn't necessarily need to be on, and this changed everything for her, and so she's grateful for it. It's a mixed blessing. And on Monday, I will celebrate, my husband and I will celebrate our 18th wedding anniversary. And this reminds me of another story of mixed blessing. If you're married or you've been married, you know that there's a lot of dying to self in marriage. And I had a patient in the hospital some years ago, and her husband was deceased, but they'd been married 60 some years. And so I said, how many of those years would you consider easy or good? And she said, about the last 10. And I pushed into that a little bit, and I said, what do you mean? And she said, well, he was an alcoholic, and so we just sort of suffered through, and he quit drinking when his first grandchild was born, and he lived another 10 years or so, and we all learned how to love him, and we're grateful for that because now we can miss him. And so mixed blessings abound. I'd like to sing a song of blessing for you today. 10,000 Reasons. I call it Bless the Lord, O my soul. Because it's a song of blessing. It acknowledges when times are hard, but no matter what, may we wind the day up singing.
Near and my time has come. Still my soul will sing your praise unending. 10,000 years and then forevermore. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul. Worship His holy name. Sing like never before. Oh my soul, I'll worship Your holy name. Yes, I'll worship Your holy name. Lord, I'll worship Your holy name.
2 Corinthians chapter 1, verses 3 and 4. Say, "Blessed be the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, the Father of mercies and God of all comfort, who comforts us in all our affliction, so that we may be able to comfort those who are in any affliction, with the comfort with which we ourselves are comforted by God." God be with you. Thank you for joining us on the square today, and we hope to see you again here next Friday at 7 o'clock.